Welcome to My Life, My Choice, coming to you live from Olivia, I resent. I resent that. I want you to know I resent that. So welcome to My Life, My Choice, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Dr. Wendy Dearborn, and I will be your host for the next 60 minutes. My co-host is Olivia Lashley, coming to you live from London in the UK. Olivia is an expressions coach, artist. She's also a chef and a healer, definitely a qualified, bona fide healer, but didn't need the papers, really, because you could heal anyway. It's just a nice addition, isn't it? But that being said, she's in London in the UK, and I'm here in sunny. It's been absolutely knocked down. Gorgeous here. I mean, it's been...
Anyway, it's been really nice. I've got to go now.
I'm sorry that you're cold and everything. Well, you might not be.
No, you're not.
Well,
you're not sorry.
No.
Just rub it in.
No, I'm not sorry. I don't care, really. I don't care. You could freeze, you know. But no, it's been very unseasonably, I think, warm. I mean, like, we've been in the 80s, although that being said, it's not 80s of, you know, like summer and sunshine. It's sort of like 80s and sort of springtime, but it's been really, really nice. But anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome. If you're new to the show, just tuning in with us, we usually do a little chit-chat, see how Olivia's doing. Invariably, she asks, that's my sister, she's my younger sister, just so you know, she's in London, and she will ask me how I'm doing, but if she doesn't, I'll tell you guys anyway. So, Olivia, how are you, love?
I'm very well, thank you, Wendy.
Yes. Is that
pause.
It?
Pregnant pause, yes. Yeah. Yes, definitely.
So what's been going on for you, love? How goes?
Okay. It's a bit slow at the moment, but I'm kind of waiting for some stuff to come that, anyway, it got displaced somehow.
You mean them teeth it, them feel it, innit, displaced. That was so nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just waiting for some stuff to come so I can do some more bits and pieces. Not much really going on per se.
And the bits and pieces is that Olivia makes affirmation boxes. They're not only affirmation boxes, actually. They've turned out to be, they've evolved in many things. There are prayer boxes, angel boxes, affirmation boxes, chakra boxes. That's nice. The tree of life boxes, off the chain. Boxes, they're absolutely beautiful, and you can find her on Etsy. What is it? Little box?
No. Dawn affirmation boxes. They're actually lockable. The majority of them are lockable boxes as well. So, like for jewellery, or if you put your stones or runes or cards or whatever in it, so they're lockable.
So it's Etsy Dawn affirmation boxes. Cool. All right, and yours truly, Dr. Wendy Dearborn. I'm doing well, just so you know. I've been, for those of you who've been tuning in, you know that I've been working on a website project, a do-it-yourself website project. When they say that, you know, all you do is get the plugins and it works, they lied. They lie, believe me. So I've been working on that project, and so it's been an interesting curve. It's been a learning curve. And that's the way that I've chosen to take it, because otherwise I don't want to chuck them in their network, and that's not appropriate. So I've actually chosen to take it as a learning curve and see where it's going to take me.
How's that going?
Well, you know, because the internet world, I'm really discovering over the last year, I've actually discovered. But, you know, you can have people who are in South Africa, or they're in Asia, or they're in UK, anywhere in the world, you know, Ireland. And so, therefore, when I email them, they're asleep. When they email me, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
So instead of, you know, you having this conversation during the day, it's like it takes a day, and then another day, and then another day.
Yeah.
And so that in itself has been interesting. But in regard to the actual physical mechanics of what's going on, it so isn't. And I've actually done everything that I needed to do. And I mean, literally, I dotted my I's. You know what I'm like, Liz. I get a bit, intense. Intense.
Okay, sorry.
Actual is not the right word. Intense. So, I mean, so intense that I was looking at, and Dee came upstairs, and usually I hear it, you know, I'm nosy, I hear everything that's going on in the house. I didn't even hear him. And he went back downstairs, and he said, you know, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, you came up. Why didn't you come? He goes, I did. He said, you look like you were in the screen. So, but anyway, it's moving, and, you know, Liv, as Mum always says, nothing before its time. And I've literally chosen to embrace that, and I'm using, you know, I'm putting the stuff out there. I'm using it, you know, like cancel that. You know, I'm really using that. Cancel that. Okay, yeah. What are you wanting? Well, you're not wanting to be so frustrated and angry. So what does that look like? Mm-hmm. You know, what are you wanting? Blah, 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 blah. You know, so that's that. So outside of that, it's all good. I've got another webinar coming up, and that will be next week. And that will be, you know, all these pop-ups that come up. Okay, I've got another webinar that's coming up, and it is going to be on the art of make-believe and the law of attraction. And what that will do, it will really break it out into more detail as to what it is that you can do or may want to do for self. But anyway, we're going to move forward. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Again, my name's Dr. Wendy Dearborn, and my co-host is Olivia Lashley. I'm a choice expert, and she is an expressions coach and artist. So the art of make-believe, the art of make-believe and the laws of attraction. One of the things, well, I'll read the synopsis, okay, but people struggle with believing their own visualization and their thoughts. People find it a challenge to hold their vision, believing that what they are wanting to come into their lives and to manifest, they have a challenge holding on to that. And so it's important to understand that within the laws of attraction, make-believe is paramount if you want to manifest what it is that you are wanting for you. So how well do you make believe? How well do you truly make believe? And when I say that, what I should have put in there is, how well do you consciously make believe? Because if you take an honest look, if you are going to be truly authentic and take an honest look at what's going on, what has gone on, you will actually see how accurately you are able to make believe. Now, this isn't about, truly, this particular podcast really isn't about what you believe. This speaks to the inner truth. It's what you believe about what you're truly, or what you're choosing to believe. And what I'm, actually, as the show rolls on, I'm going to really, I'll delve into that. It's what you believe about what you are choosing to believe. What do you really believe about what you're choosing to believe? And this is where your ability to actually utilize the universal laws of attraction becomes all powerful. When you understand the essence of what you believe about what you're choosing to believe. And the truth is what you believe about what you're choosing to believe. It's actually not the belief, it's what you're choosing to believe about the belief. So also, one of the things that I had added as like an addendum to this, it's important to understand the nuances, and these nuances when using the universal laws of attraction, it's imperative to understand how the laws work independently of your conscious awareness, okay? It's imperative. So it's important to understand how they work, but more importantly, it is imperative that you understand how the laws work independently of your conscious awareness. And that's independent of the vision that you may have, independent of the belief that you may have. It's really important that you understand this. And this is why people can find themselves saying, how did I get here? Or, I don't believe this has happened to me again. Or, why did this happen? Or whatever phrase you use when things happen in your life. What has occurred? You have invoked the universal, and I'm going to repeat this further along today, but you have invoked the universal laws of attraction to work on your behalf by the belief that you are choosing to believe in. Okay, so we're gonna move forward with that. So the laws of attraction actually are really an amazing thing, and I really do mean that they are an amazing thing. The laws of attraction are the things that are conduits. Each week I say this, and I'm actually going to, that's going to be my mantra loop. Each week I'm gonna say this. Oh, I had 3 pieces of paper. I only thought I had 2. Right, there you go. Each week I'm going to say this. It's the universal laws. It's the universal laws and not the universal law. The universal law is made up of laws. Paramount that you understand that. It's not just the law of visualization, the law of gratitude, and being able to affirm, that sort of thing. It is made up of so much more than that. And this is what I mean about understanding the nuances of the universal laws of attraction. It is incumbent upon you to do so. And I really mean this. It's incumbent upon you to do so, because it's you who are wanting things to manifest consistently in your life and not hit and miss. So it starts out with understanding that it's the universal laws, plural, and not the universal law. And just as an FYI, the first law in the universal laws is nothing happens save you choose it. And this is whether your choice is conscious or unconscious, whether it is done consciously or within your subconscious. It starts out with choice. So anyway, guys, people, as I've said, and I'm just going to reiterate, people struggle with believing their own visualizations. People find it a challenge to hold the thought, make believing that what they are asking for in prayer or using affirmation, what I'm saying for me, will come or is coming into manifestation. It is imperative, it's paramount that within the laws of attraction, you understand the power of make-believe. And only you can make believe for you. That's the other thing. Only you can make believe for you. You see, the truth of the matter is, as I said before, it isn't about what you believe. And again, this speaks to the inner truth. What is going on inside of you? What's going on inside of you? You see, it's not about what you believe. It's what you're choosing to believe about what you believe that is what counts. This is where your ability to use the universal laws, as I said before, comes into you being all-powerful. And this is actually where, for the most part, many people part company with their understanding and the ability to utilize the universal laws of attraction consistently. It's because the right action isn't being taken. Now, Olivia, you and myself, we had done a show about the divine order of things. Mm-hmm. And it's really important that people understand that there is divine order. There's a divine order in how the universe works, in how the cosmos works, in how the world works. There's a divine order in all things, including you, and how the universal laws of attraction work. All things have been created in a systematic order. And one of the bullet points list that I put here was that my favorite thing, don't get confused, don't get it twisted. Don't confuse your idea of chaos with divine order. Because a lot of people, they think, or I'll phrase it this way, who told you that the manifestation process is always meant to be calm and serene? Who told you it's always meant to float like butter? Or melt like butter, float like butter, right? Who told you it was always meant to melt like butter? Who told you it's always meant to be unicorn and rainbows? You see, if you look at the way that nature is and how nature unfolds, and we are a part of nature, that's something that really gets me, how, we kind of, we're taught to be, we're superior, we are, above nature. No, we're a part of nature. That's why we cannot control a tsunami. That's why we cannot blah, 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 blah. But if you look at nature, something, I need some glasses. Oh, how wonderful is that? I can see It's a miracle. Right. If you look at nature, and take, for instance, if you look at the way that a natural fire will ignite in a forest, okay? A natural fire igniting because the sun has beat down on a particular tree, or there's been something where the heat has been able to reflect off of it, glass, whatever. It ignites thousands and thousands and thousands of acres. Thousands. So much so that, you know, the firefighters, we the ones who are superior over nature, have a hard time containing it. In actual fact, we can't. We can't contain it. Now, a fire, and I'm just using this as an example, an analogy, a fire that actually ignites like that, it does so for a purpose. It's the natural order of things, and it does so for a purpose. And it's nature's way, the universe's way of clearing, cleansing, and renewing, and preparing the ground, the animals, us, surrounding areas, and everything for the manifestation to come. Now, we did a show in It Lives on the universal law of space, saying that two things cannot occupy at the same time. So what happens in the divine order of things is there is a clearing. For something new to come in and manifest, something has to move out. Would you agree, Liv?
Yeah, absolutely, Wens, absolutely. I'm kind of quiet because you're definitely talking to me today. That you're actually talking about things that I know I need to hear. So that's why I'm kind of quiet today.
You know, it's really funny because yesterday I went to Shade Tree, and for those of you who are new to the show and new to myself and Olivia, each week I talk with the women at Shade Tree, which is a shelter for displaced, abused, and displaced, abused women, children, and of course they're really proud of, I believe it's called Noah's Ark, which is for pets, because many people who are abused in abusive situations, they won't leave because they have pets. And they'll stay in an abusive situation because of their pets. And so they have Noah's Ark. And so each week I go and speak with the ladies about the power of their ability to choose, about utilizing the laws of attraction, about being able to get clarity, the whole 9 yards. And you were saying, Liv, about, you know, I'm talking and today you're quiet because I'm talking to you. Well, that happened to me yesterday. I was talking to me. Mm-hmm. And as I said to the ladies, every time I do, even with the show, every time I do something, I learn something new. I learn something new for me to assist and support me in moving forward. Well, that being said, again, in order for something new to come into manifestation, something has to move out. Doesn't necessarily mean it's something old, but it's something that has served its purpose. And this is why it's really important to know what it is that you believe, to understand the words that are in your mind, the thoughts that you are having. Now,
sorry, I think, you know, thinking about sort of like my situation and things having changed, it's really like what you just said about, you know, the forest fire, making room for, you know, things to come in. For me, you know, that's really actually very poignant, extremely poignant. Because, you know, I've been sort of like struggling a little bit with the whys and the wherefores and the hows. So it's actually really good to hear that, to be reminded of that. Yeah, so, yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, darling. Woo-hoo! You're welcome. Do I get a box? Do I get to pick my own box now? There you go. That being said, guys, nature has a way, and will have its way with us. In this regard, it comes down to it comes down to how we're thinking. And when things happen to us in a way that is it's I don't know how to phrase it. It's like random. We might think that it's random, or it's seemingly random, or it's unfair, or it shouldn't have happened. What has happened is that you have asked for something, whether consciously or unconsciously, it's in your subconscious, and you are now believing what you are asking for. And what has happened is God or the universe, the universal source, architect, whomever your deity, and will move people, places, and things on your behalf to get the results that you want that are most expedient. So sometimes it may appear to you that chaos is going on. And guys, just bear with me because we're going to get to the point of the art of make-believing. But this too is important. It's about setting up the premise, okay? So things will be moved in the most expedient way for you to get the results that you want, the quickest way, the most efficient way. Now, keep in mind that when, and as you were saying, Liv, you know, when stuff starts happening or hitting the proverbial fan, as you like to say, Olivia, we can't always figure out why it is we feel that we are experiencing the worst luck in the world. Like, why is all this happening to me? You know, it's like one thing after another. What can happen now? Well, you see, it's not luck. And it's not the worst luck, and it's not luck. It is actually you supporting you in getting what you want for your life, a subconscious level. Now, and this is when you start feeling like, oh my God, why is this happening? I can't believe this is happening to me. This is you supporting you. So it's important to have a little reframe here. It's important to have a little reframe. So, you know, take for instance, Liv, your situation, my situation with this whole website thing, which has been going on for nearly a year, which for me is infinitely long. I don't even know how to tell you guys. I'm not one of these sort of like, this project is going to take a year when I know that it doesn't have to. But that being said, it's all well and good to find strategies to extract yourself from the situation that you find yourself in. However, guys, please listen. This is a learning moment here. However, it's vitally important to ask yourself the question, what is this situation showing me? What is it showing me? And I'm not saying be emotionless and be not upset and all this sort of stuff about where you find yourself. Those are emotions. And again, I'm going to do a show, or we're going to do a show on the universal law of emoting. Very important. Emotions are huge. People underestimate them. They don't take them into account, yada, yada, yada. But it's important to ask yourself the question, what is this showing me? And also to ask the question, what am I wanting? What's up, Mel? What am I wanting for me? Okay, guys? So let's move back. That just sets up some of the premises, some of the things that I am wanting for you to look at for self and to take away. Struggle with believing their own visualization. See, people don't generally struggle with the actual visualization. They don't struggle to visualize. However, there are a few people, and one of them happens to be my dad, who have a difficult time seeing or visualizing themselves, or anybody else for that matter, in their mind's eye. It's actually difficult for them to visualize themselves or anyone sitting on a white sandy beach, you know, looking out at, and you know where I'm coming from with this, Liz, looking out at a never-ending turquoise, steel grey ocean. And while I like the ocean, guys, it doesn't do a hell of a lot for me. I mean, I like being by the water. I love water. But you know how people I just love to be by the water. That's not me. And so for my dad and people like my dad's set, they can think it instead of seeing it. And guys, there's a marked difference. And for the most part, I've tried to articulate it this way. For the most part, thinking something is actually, you're able to see the elements. Visualizing something is when the elements come together and they or you become one. It's like a stream. It's like a moving stream. It's like a video or a film. It's just not the elements. I see the pen, I see the paper, I see the pen and paper coming together to make words. Does that make sense, Liz? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I was struggling with that to make sense because I had it in my head.
One of the things that I would say, Wendy, is because I know at one point Dad was really hung up on the fact that he couldn't visualize things.
Oh, wasn't he ever?
And I think it's really important for people not to try to change who they are to get in contact with who they are, because it defeats the object.
But funny enough, that's what I was saying to the ladies yesterday at Shade Tree. Don't climb inside somebody else's box to create a box that you want. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. And I agree with that 100%. Most people, all right, if I was to sort of say to most people, okay, guys, think of a large white polar bear, brown bear, black bear, whatever bear suit, standing tall or standing on its hind legs. It is wearing a bright orange tutu or ballet, what do they call it, ballet skirt with the little...
Oh, you're right, tutu.
Yeah. Okay, bright orange tutu, and on its feet, one foot is really, really tiny, and the other foot is really, really large. On its feet are hot pink ballet slippers with lime green polka dots. See, when expressed like this, most people can conjure up an image in their mind's eye, okay? Some people, they just can't. They wouldn't be able to see it. And for those of you who can, whatever comes up for you, whichever way you conjure this up, whatever feels right for you, or whatever looks right for you, and of course, even if you cannot conjure it in your mind's eye, but you can think the individual things, it is good. This is how you operate. This is part of the manifestation process. Think or visualize, but from here on, from this point in, guys, I'm going to be using visualization. So this is part of the manifestation process. Now, if I asked you to do that, many people, like yesterday, I did this with the ladies, and they could see it. For the most part, everybody in the room was able to visualize. And some of them laughed, which was really important because the laughter indicates that there is emotion. Emotions are huge. Now, part of the manifestation process is holding or continuously seeing your vision. And your vision is what you are wanting or asking the universal God for, okay? This is the vision. Your vision is your choice. Your vision is your choice. It's what you have chosen. And once you have invoked the universal law of choice, it then becomes the process of getting that choice to more detail. That's your vision, seeing the vision, and then how it moves and becoming a part of it. But for both seers and thinkers, it becomes difficult to take the process of visualization and of thinking and the laws of attraction to the next level. Guys, hear me clearly. Just thinking or visualization alone isn't enough to fuel your manifestation. It's not enough to get the universal processes to work on your behalf. Affirming and or praying keeps your visualization, or if you're a thinker, your thoughts in the forefront of your mind. You see, many people get this twisted and then they don't understand why it doesn't work. And this is why it's important to know the nuances of the universal laws of attraction. People will affirm and they pray, and there is power in affirmation. There is power in prayer. I have seen and am a living witness and proof. However, affirming or praying doesn't make you believe what you are seeing in your mind's eye. So don't get it twisted, because if it did, the things that you have been affirming for would be manifested for you in the blink of an eye. This is a learning moment, guys. Don't get it twisted. Affirming or praying has its part in the manifestation process, but it will not get you what you want. It will not make you believe. You see, one of the things I know in the metaphysical community is that they say if you affirm it enough, you will eventually believe it. Well, there are lots of things that happen in there because, you see, your subconscious mind is attached, and we've done a couple of shows on this, earlier shows. Your subconscious mind is actually attached to your emotions. Your emotions are so important, so important. But that being said, in order for you to manifest requires much more than that. In order for you to manifest what you want, it requires much more than affirmation and prayer and visualization. Hear me clearly, guys. The action that is required to initiate your manifestation into the flow, into the divine flow. And for all of you who are new to this, the universal laws of attraction actually are conduits. They are conduits that work on your behalf. They don't actually manifest what you want. That is the point of creation. The point of creation manifests what you want. So the universal laws of attraction, to initiate what you want, the action required to initiate your manifestation into the universal flow is for you to believe. The vision is not enough. The affirmation is not enough. You need belief. And you need the belief that you already have. Fill in the blank, what you've asked the universe for. You need the belief of that. And just so we're here again, guys, hear me clearly. Prayer and affirmation won't do this for you. What it will do for you is keep the vision of your mind. It will keep you on track. It will keep you in the space where you begin the process of choosing to believe. You see, you get to choose whether or not you believe. Guys, if I said to you to visualize that, you have in your bank account at this moment in time, and for some of you out there, you may already have this, so just up it, whatever it is, up it by 100. That you have $1 million, that you have $1 million or £1 million in your bank account, okay? And I said to you to visualize that. Can you see it? Now, you might be able to see it. The next question is, do you really believe it? Do you really believe it? And this is the crux of the matter for us. It's the believing. It's the believing. Now, all wisdoms that or wise words that you've heard, whether from scriptures, sutras, metaphysical teachings, the devas, whatever, right? They are telling you what must happen before you can have that which you've asked for. This is ancient stuff. This is antique stuff. This has been around for generations. The scriptures say in Mark 11, verse 24, therefore I tell you, whatsoever ye shall ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. How long ago was that written? Proverbs says, Proverbs 23, verse 7, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. The metaphysical or new thought belief says, believe and you shall receive, and so it is. The sutras dealing with yoga, our thoughts, words, and actions, power to manifest. Everything out there, from Confucius all the way along, for the ancient ones, the Egyptians, look, they've all said the same thing. You have to believe it. Belief is the action upon which all things turn for you. And yes, there are other things that must be in play. But if those things are in place, you can be filled with gratitude all day long. But if you don't believe what you are being grateful for, you're not going to receive it. So it's important to understand the nuances, these nuances when you are using the universal laws, plural, of attraction. More importantly, as I actually said earlier, because I had put this in the synopsis as an addendum, more importantly, it's imperative that you understand how the universal laws work independently of your conscious awareness. Guys, do you know how huge that is? Just that one statement, do you realize how huge that is? That the universal laws of attraction can work independently of your conscious belief. You see, they will work what you work on, what you truly do believe in. What you truly do believe in. You see, the universal laws of attraction will work independently of your vision. They will work independently of your affirmation, of your prayer, of your gratitude. They'll work independently. I hope I'm still live because this thing just said I crashed. They will work independently of all of this stuff. And this is important. This is a nuance. This is a nuance to understand. This is why you truly have found yourself saying, oh my God, how did this happen to me? Or I don't believe they're doing this to me. I don't believe this is, how could he have done this to me? What makes them think they can talk to me like that? Or conversely, wow, look at this. Look what I got. I just never knew. I didn't even know this was going to happen to me. I'm so jazzed. What? I didn't know. But you see, that's because your subconscious mind knew. And your subconscious mind believed what it was believing. And that's the nuance. If you haven't checked it out already, go to Vimeo, and that's Vimeo.com. Dr. Wendy Dearborn, Understanding the Laws of Attraction, tutorial part 1. Okay, guys, let's get clear on some facts here. And is there anything, because I know I'm rolling here, is there anything?
No, okay. Keep rolling.
And she goes, no, keep rolling. Let's get clear, guys, on some facts, all right? When what you are visualizing, okay, and / thinking, okay, I'm lumping it all together, all right, guys? So when what you are visualizing becomes an intention of receiving the thing that you are visualizing, your mental thought process has changed from seeing and thinking into one of demand or claim. Okay? So again, when what you are visualizing becomes an intention, you change the intention from visualizing it to I want to receive it, and I mean truly want to receive it. Your mental thought process, seeing and or thinking into a demand or claim. So in short, when you want something, and as a result of what you are thinking and visualizing, when you want it and you've decided you really want it and you're not just thinking about it, i.e., I think that, you know, I've got, a box of chocolates in front of me. I think that I want, you know, the ones with nuts in it, or I think I want this, or I think I want that. When it's gone from I'm thinking it to you go and pick it up, it's the same thing of saying I have asked for it, I have made a demand. And recognize the word ask in Aramaic means to claim and demand. Stand on your word, people. Stand on your word. Stand on your word. Okay? So when you ask God or the universe, universal source, universal architect, your deity, or whomever your deity is, when you ask, and I call it the omni law, that governs all things, omni law, that which has created all things and is still in creation, states that you must be answered. You know, one of the things I thought about when I had sort of like jotted that down was, for all of you who had children and have been around children, and if you haven't, if you've seen, what's it called, Family Guy with Stewie, Liz?
Yeah.
Yes. And the episode where it's like mum, mummy, mama, 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 mum, mummy, mummy, ma. And, you know, this is something that people who have kids, did this happen to you, Liz?
Yeah, but not very much, though. It's like when they used to do that thing. They still do it today, just to
yeah,
you know, get a rise out of me, where they tap you and say, mum, mum, and they're tapping you all the time. Now Sabina understands. Yeah, before it was a big joke, but now she's got Jaden, she actually understands.
Well, you see, it's that what I'm talking about. Intrinsically, we know that whatever question, whatever demand we put out there, even from kids, we know that it must be answered. And when it's not, we're going to try and make it answer. We're going to try, and that's the thought that came to me with that. See, that answer will be in alignment with what you have asked for, with the same degree of attention that you have placed on your intention. And your intention is what you are wanting to manifest. Your intention is your vision. Your attention is all the other stuff that you do to ensure that in alignment with the universal process so you can receive it. Liz, so far, am I making sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. What creates the alignment for you with the universal order, with God, whomever your chosen deity is? So what creates the alignment with you, with God, the universe, to receive what you have asked for, guys, is your belief. And your belief is fueled, is the fuel that is supported by your emotions and your feelings. Okay, guys? Again, what creates the alignment for you with God and the universe, what you have asked for, is your belief. Your belief is fueled and supported by your emotions and your feelings, all of which govern your attention. Your attention is what supports your intention. So let me just break it out this way. It is your attention and focus that must be directed at your intention, which holds the alignment with the universal laws of attraction, creating the correct action for your manifestation to take place. Liz, is there any clarity? You're going to do Voice of the People?
No, I'm not.
No? Okay. All right. And that was clear, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys, that being said, the Voice of the People said it was clear, so I'm rolling on this. What happens is that our attention, our emotions, and our feelings usually are somewhere skewed. And this is where everything goes awry for most people, with using the universal laws of attraction and the action required. And this is where we part company. To bring your manifestation to fruition, to bring your vision, what it is, it takes engaging your feelings. It takes engaging your feelings, guys. It's important. For the most part, our feelings are such an intrinsic part of who we are. You know, it's like talking. I mean, you take so many things for granted. And that's part of what I think what's wrong with us. Why we are unable to do these things at will or consciously or when we want to is because we take it for granted. And our feelings are such an intrinsic part of who we are that we have not recognized that our emotions take us beyond our likes and dislikes, or knowing whether we're happy, sad, mad, or at peace. We recognize our emotions for for the most part, for the externalization of our life. We have not recognized that our emotions are all about the internal things that we do, our internal world. We also haven't recognized that our emotions are, and this is all for another show, but our emotions are attached to our chakra system. We haven't even recognized that our emotions actually vibrate to the colors of the spectrum in the universe, or that make up the universe. We haven't even recognized that our emotions are vibrations. But it is the fact that our emotions are attached to our subconscious, which is the direct link to our, how do I phrase it, Liv? I don't know, to our higher consciousness, our God mind, or whatever phrase you want to use. We haven't realized that. We haven't recognized that. So guys, when I say to you that your emotions are what will keep you in alignment with the universal laws of attraction, I'm going to say, don't take my word for it. For anything that Olivia has said, don't take her word for it. Do your own due diligence. Our emotions or our senses, because some people will say, you know, like, what do you mean our emotions? Your senses. All your senses. All your senses. Universal laws, hear me guys, universal laws unto themselves. Your senses, to see, to feel, to hear, to touch, to taste, to smell, and your sixth sense, your intuition. These are all the underpinnings of the universal laws. The universal law of emoting, and that's something that we're going to do. That's a huge one actually, because there are so many parts. Your emotions do so many things for you, but above all, they speak to you. They speak to you and they speak to the universe. Above all, your emotions speak your truth. Or your emotions will help you find the way to your truth. You see, we are continuously evoking universal laws, or you are continuously evoking universal laws on your behalf because of your emotions. Because of your emotions. So guys, moving forward from this point, there is a universal law of emoting. And moving forward from this point, my suggestion to you is that it is imperative that you reframe any thought that you have had about emotions, just about your plain old emotions, likes, dislikes, happy, sad, glad, mad, pain, you know, whatever, that you reframe and recognize that your emotions, how you feel about something, how you feel about what it sounds, what does it taste like to you, these things create the quantum leaps, the quantum to make your manifestation come into being. Your emotions / your senses or your feelings about what you are wanting is what will keep you in alignment with the universal laws of attraction. And these are things that will keep you in alignment with the universal laws of attraction until the manifestation takes place, or you choose that you want something different. Or you choose that you want something different. So I'm going to come back to point. What you believe about what you choose, or what you believe about what you are choosing to believe, I'm going to translate that into another way and bringing it into focus. It's not the visualization. Once you know what you want, so it's not the visualization or what you are wanting to manifest about your life. It's what you feel about that visualization that counts. It's what you hear when you're thinking or feeling that visualization is more the point. It's what you hear when you're feeling that visualization that counts. It's what that visualization smells like to you that counts. It's what it tastes like to you. You see, your feelings place you in the center, at the center point of your now. Okay, guys? It places you at the center point of your now. And that's the only place that you can be. You cannot be in yesterday and you cannot be in tomorrow. You can only be now. And your feelings assist and support you in being there. And that's where you need to be so you can stay focused and in alignment with your vision. And that is how what you are wanting will be made manifest. This is how you are able to begin the process of believing. If you can't feel it, if there is no value, if you can't hear it, if you can't taste it, if you can't smell it, how are you going to believe it? Just seeing it? Just seeing it in your mind's eye? Guys, that's not enough. And I know you know that it's not enough because of how your life has manifested. And that doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it bad. It just is. It just is, guys. What is important is where you go from here. Where you go from here. That's what's important. So it comes down to, and I know I thought Cheryl was on the board. It comes down to this, guys. In order to make the quantum leaps, whether they be tiny leaps, tiny steps, but in order to do this, to go from visualizing to at least the beginnings of the process of manifesting, in the art of make-believe, you need to engage your emotional self. You need to engage your emotional self. And then you have to do work that's going to superimpose that. And that's one of the things I'm going to be doing a webinar on this. And that's one of the things I'm going to break it out in a little bit more detail. How to superimpose those feelings on your visualization so that things can be manifested and so that you can do this at will instead of, you know, it's a bit of, as they say here in Las Vegas, it's a bit of a crapshoot. You may win, you may not. You may get it, you may not. And you see, for me, this isn't how I want to live my life. And so therefore, guys, again, whatever vision that you have in your mind, and for those who are the thinkers, whatever thoughts or whatever you are thinking that you want to come into manifestation, absolutely wonderful. You've done everything you need to do. You've done the thought work. You've done the visualization, and you're holding it. You are holding it firm with your with your affirmations and with your prayers. You've got it. You're faithful to that. You do it every day. The next step in this process is truly getting clear on how you feel about what you think, how you feel about your visualization. As the saying goes, it's not what you think, it's what you feel about what you think that matters. And so it is with the art of make-belief and the laws of attraction. So, guys, ask yourself the golden question. You know what you're wanting, that's the choice. You've got the visualization. Ask yourself, what does it feel like? Feel like, to have, or to be in, or to be wearing, or to whatever, this thing that I'm wanting. What does it sound like? The new phone or the new computer or, the new whatever, or the healthy body or whatever. What does it sound like? And then ask yourself, what does it taste like? What is it? What taste can you align? As I said, I think it was last week. I said for my house, the taste for my house is nothing but pure Belgian chocolate, some of the best chocolate in the world. You've never had Belgian chocolate. You've never had chocolate unless you've had Belgian chocolate. I'm telling you, people, and I really mean that. I'm being really serious. Belgian chocolate, woo! It makes Hershey's. It makes Hershey's look really bad. Mars is on the heels of that too, quite scared, but it makes it look bad. So chocolate, what does it smell like? I think last week I said my house smells like essential oils and whatever fabulous meal I've cooked for the day. And so what does it feel like? Home. If it's a home, it's really important to engage your senses. So you ask, what does it feel like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? And again, what is your intuition saying to you about this? Okay, guys? So the art of make-belief, gauging your 5 and your 6 senses. This initiates the belief process. If you have no emotions invested in it, you're not going to believe it. You will not believe it. So, Liz, is there anything that you would like to add? Olivia?
Yeah, my thing just went dead. I couldn't hear anything at all.
Okay, yes, so did mine.
Has it gone down?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I'll tell you in just a minute. I'll know just now. But yeah, is there anything that you would like to add? I'll tell you in just a minute.
No, thank you. All I'd say is thank you, because I think I needed a bit of a 2x4, to be quite honest with you, and that's what you've given me today. So no.
Me too. I gave myself a 2x4 when I was like, oh really? And I hopefully people can appreciate this. I know I definitely know Melody can. You give yourself 2x4s, and as I was actually working on this today, I was like, okay, when you really need to reframe this just a little bit, girl. You need to get it into perspective for yourself. So for me too. Again, guys, this work, the manifestation work, isn't for the faint of heart. I tell you that. It's not. It's a process. But once you have, what show we need to do? Once we've done some more of these, some of the basics, what we need to do, Liz, is because you had said this, a recipe, universal laws of attraction, so people can understand how to build their own recipe or what have you, so that they can use. But once you do some of these fundamentals and you get them down and you have an understanding of what it means to engage your emotions in the process of the laws of attraction, it makes it that much easier for you to consistently use it.
And I also think that you use it consistently, and then something else happens, and you find yourself slipping back into into sort of like your old ways of doing things. But what actually happens, because you've created that link with universal source or universal intelligence, or whatever you'd like to call it, it sends you're kind of like sent a message. Something will happen, and it'll be like, oh, I haven't been doing such. I haven't been doing such and such, and you'll see the results of not doing it. You'll see why certain things are happening because you haven't been doing it, and because you know how to do it already. It's easy to get back into the swing. But that's one of the things that when Wendy always says about the work you have to do. That's one of the things that's imperative, that you're actually doing that, and also always looking for the signs of not doing it.
Mhm. 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 Was that it?
Yeah. Is your system going in and out?
No. Well, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. All right.
I heard every word. I heard absolutely every word. You know. So okay. So what else were you saying, Liz?
I wasn't saying anything else. You were trying to get me to say something else, so that's all I was saying.
Okey-dokey then. Okey-dokey. No. And no, it's right. That's very, very true. The one thing, you know, you said about that, and being an avid meditator, there have been times when, you know, I've had dry spells, and it's like, okay, when, and it's like, oh my God, well, when are you not meditating? Or sometimes I'll do a meditation, and it'll be totally, I'll be on a tangent for, I don't know, a month doing a meditation this way, and something will sort of say, I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm not doing that right, or I'm not doing this for the right, you know, it's not right.
Yeah.
You know,
or sometimes you just don't feel right. You know, you have the days where you just don't feel right, and that's another one that's telling you that you're not in line with who you actually are.
Exactly.
Not saying you're not who you are, but
you're not
you can understand. Yeah.
This is why, as I said earlier, as an FYI, it's wonderful to find strategies to extract yourself from whatever situation you found yourself in. Absolutely wonderful. But it's vitally important to ask yourself the question, what is this showing me? What is it showing me? And what am I wanting? You know, it's showing me something about my wanting. And evidently I'm not clear on what I'm wanting, otherwise I wouldn't be doing what I was doing. You know? But everything that happens in your life, guys, and I'm going to leave it, I'm going to wrap it up here. Everything that happens in your life happens for you. Everything, your life, it isn't happening to you. That's victim. Happening for you is victor. You are in control of your life. Everything is happening for you. The name of the game is what you think about what is happening for you, and then the action you take.
And then, as you say, you know, everything is sort of like propelling you forward to where it is you say or you think that you want to be, which is why it's really imperative to know where it is that you want to be. Because if you're saying, okay, well, I want a new house or something like that, whatever happens is going to be propelling you towards that point.
Yeah.
But then if you are, as Wendy was saying, if you know what your house looks like, you know, what it feels like it's going to propel, it's going to propel you towards that. So it's really important to know specifically what you want.
You need,
because what you want is what you get.
You need those feelings, guys. You need those feelings.
The only person that actually stops you from getting what you want is you. We stop ourselves.
Exactly. So, guys, let me just say this. The Book of the Month Club. I have started in earnest the Book of the Month Club. I'm always saying this. However, we are looking at, or we're reading Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. One of the things that Mr. Wattles does say, and I agree with it, one of the things that Mr. Wattles does say, and I agree with 100%, the right to be rich. Whatever may be said in praise of poverty, the fact remains that it's not possible to live a really complete or successful life unless one is rich. Now, what I would say on the heels of that is it's all relative. If you live somewhere where people think that it is, what's the phrase? Primitive, okay? Being rich, you can be rich in whichever scenario you are living in. I just wanted to preface that, Okay.
No, you're right, Wendy, because, if someone says, okay, I want to be rich, there are many ways to be rich.
Exactly.
Do you want to be rich in wisdom? Do you want to be rich in drama?
Exactly.
What riches do you want?
Exactly. And that for me was really important. The one thing that I would say, for me living in the Western world, I do understand and relate when he sort of says, no man can raise to his highest possible height in talent or soul development in the Western world. It makes it a challenge unless he has plenty of money. And in this regard, what he's saying is, if you are focused on how to pay your bills, you ain't got enough of this, you ain't got enough of that, you cannot, or you have a hard time focusing on, your talent and bringing it forth. And I get that, which is why you have people like Gandhi, who gave up everything, and I can see something of a yogi. I can see the book. I've got it next door in the bedroom. There's another one. But people just let all that stuff go. They let it go because it's a distraction. And so in that regard, I understand what he said. But that being said, this is the book of the month. We're going to be looking at this at the end of the month, Wednesday the 30th, on a telephone conference. The book is, if you go to thelawsofattraction.com, there are 2 links there, or to the website, or to the the Laws of Attraction, and the group, The Laws of Attraction. There are links there to actually listen to the book on YouTube, because it's public domain. So you can listen to it free on YouTube if you prefer audio, and or you can download the free, it's a public domain, free PDF, so that you can read it if you prefer to read and or read and listen. So you can actually do both. And again, it's Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. It's our very first book for the book of the month for this year. It's a powerful book. It has some kick-butt information in it that every time I read this book, every time I listen to this book, and I listen to it a lot, I hear something new. And it has really helped me to build a solid foundation. So that being said, guys, I hope you'll be able to join us there. And, of course, Facebook page, the law and group, The Laws of Attraction in Action, and that's the Facebook page and the Facebook group, and the website is thelawsofattraction.com. So, guys, I'd like to thank you for listening to The Art of Make-Believe. My name is Dr. Wendy Dearborn. I am a choice expert. Actually, before I go, is there anybody on the line, on the board, who would like to say anything that is topic related? Let me just do that. Please press, I think it's 1 or something. All right. I know that's Jamila.
Hi there.
Hello, darling. How are you? How are you?
Fine. How are you all?
Hi. Fine. Fine. Thank you. Okay, darling. What do you want to impart?
Well, just in listening to you, and I agree with what you were saying. I was trying to reframe and repackage it to kind of, put it all together and make it make sense. And it made me think of levels of emotions. It made me think of a friend of mine who, gets really excited at the prospect of starting a business, can take me through all the visualizations of, what they want to do, how they want to get it done, where they're going to go. And they may even get to the next step of actually meeting people that line up with that vision. And then the next week, it's a whole nother project. I said, well, wait, what happened to the last project? And it's like she stays in the excitement. She loves the emotion of the excitement of the beginning, but then gets lost when it's time to do the work or time to, start getting things together.
Oh,
and so, and after her, I'm sorry?
No, you hit the nail on the head when it's time to do the real work.
Yeah, she gets lost and she stops. and then creates a new idea, which ends up meeting new people. So finally I said to her one day, I said, look, whatever direction you're going to pick, clearly it's working, or you're getting part of it right, because you keep meeting the people to help you move forward. I said, but then you fall back. I said, what's really going on here? And the reality is her deeper belief was fear. Her deeper emotion was fear. And that she has never been successful. She has a string of negative things that have happened in life, and, making that attempt to do something good and it never turning out quite right. And so even in meeting people and even in being in environments that support the vision, her end result is that fear. And so like you were saying, what I'm sorry?
Because that was her belief. Her
exactly.
Fundamental belief was that all the other stuff was actually her visualization. She had done that. She could see it. Yeah. She was affirming things were coming, but she didn't believe it. Exactly. What she believed was it would not happen because XYZ. That was her belief. And I cut you off, Jamila. Exactly. What else were you going to say, babe?
Oh, well, no. Well, I mean, you made the point exactly. Her deeper belief was the fear of the situation, whether it was the fear of success or the fear of repeating, which at the end of the day, she still ended up repeating her past.
You see,
and so,
with your friend, what I would suggest to you to say to her is, what does it feel like to be successful? What does it sound like? What does success taste like to you? What does it smell like to you? What do those things, and engage that way? And or what do you see beyond being afraid when you succeed? What do you see? And then when she says what she sees, and or what does that look like, this thing? Give me some more. Tell me, paint a picture. Melody would tell you, that's my thing. Paint a picture. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it taste? Engage. When people are able to engage, Jamila, and I really mean, Liz, wouldn't you agree? Because me personally, how I moved forward was realizing after I'd done whatever training, yada, 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 when I moved forward, I realized I had to engage my emotional self. Otherwise, being that detached, I could see it. I could lip service. I was not engaged. If my emotions weren't engaged, it wasn't happening.
Yeah, because I think sometimes the emotional self, it just creates a boundaries and boulders that you have to go over, through and round and what have you. But one thing I would say about your friend Jamila is that along the way, all the people that she's met and what have you, she's actually helped a lot of people to do what they want to do in some way, shape or form. And so I actually think because she's done it so many times, once she actually does find what she wants to do and she's happy with it, she'll actually soar. She'll actually be very, very successful. Very successful.
Yep.
Yeah.
She really will.
Yeah. Absolutely agree with what you're saying. So the way that I was just listening to what you're saying is just kind of packaging it in those levels. Like you said, the surface belief versus the deeper beliefs. And so I use that to kind of as a gauge for myself as well. And, things sound exciting at the beginning. Hey, you have a possibility of winning $1 million. Oh, okay. But or actually more specific to my situation, because I'm a pastor's kid. So growing up in church, you get the hype of the moment.
Sweet.
Oh, well, you know how you get in the hype of the moment. Oh, yeah. But then you go home. Okay, well, you don't have the organ at home, and you don't have, the choir in the background at home. And so that's when you figure out, well, in the moment you believed it and it felt all wholehearted. But then you come home and it's like, oh, how deep was your belief about that? Like I said, then it's time to get into the work, or now it's time to move forward.
Exactly.
And that's when you really figure out how deep you were invested versus the hype, and then actually getting into the nitty-gritty of it.
Actually, that's a really good title for a blog, isn't it? The hype versus the belief, because the hype is what gets people. I wasn't even saying into trouble. I was going to say, but that's sweeping. But the hype is what gets people what they don't want in life.
Yeah,
it's the hype, and not the belief. It's the hype.
Well, the hype is actually a stepping stone to get what
and it is.
Want,
it is. It's motivational.
Yeah, that's right.
It's motivational. But again, most of us, for the most part, haven't been given the tools to then take that and keep the ball rolling.
Exactly.
Keep the ball rolling. And that's the name of the game, to keep the ball rolling, moving forward, and or change it, but let it be changed under your own steam. You know?
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's all I had to say, real quick. And on topic.
Yes, Jamila. Thank you. That I like that. That can be your parting thing, real quick and on topic. But no, as always, I do actually appreciate you joining us and your words of wisdom and sharing. And one of the things that I was actually going to say is, and this is not just for you, but for everybody actually listening, it's really important to, when you have a dialogue with yourself or with somebody else who is struggling, it's very important that the questions that you ask are, what are they, Liz? Forward momentum. They're always moving you forward, as opposed to taking you back into, how is this going to work? When is this going to work? Why did you do so-and-so? What does it look like to? What does it feel like? People have to go inside. You have to go inside. I have to go inside to find the answer. And that is where your miracles take place. Your life is an inside job with an external manifestation. So,
go
ahead, love.
No, I was going to say I was going to go back to what Jamila was saying about her friend. As sort of like being detached, like us, both you and Jamila were saying that it's when when her friend has to do the work, that's when the thing ceases. But from my perspective, as the voice of the people, she's actually doing the work. And everything that she's doing the work to be able to find herself, to gain the confidence to do whatever it is so that she can propel herself forward. It's from our perspective, we can look at it and say, okay, well, no, that's not how I would do it. But she is actually doing something. She's trying to find a way forward to get her to where she needs to go.
Because I was about to be the voice of people and say, I'm not understanding, but I understand what you're saying now.
Yeah.
That really and truly, with everything that she does and stops, she is actually doing the work to try and push through that boulder, go under it, go round it, etc. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Okay, darling. All right, Miss Jamila, thank you so much, darling. Melody, did you have anything that you wanted to share and impart as a dream coach? Okay, Jamila, thank you, my darling. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say that Melody says, oh, yes, she did. Oh. Hey,
so
Mel,
I guess
girl,
I did it right this time, huh? I want to say thank you. Can you hear me, Wendy?
Yes, darling. Yes, sweetheart.
No, I want to thank you for the message that you've given today. It was very well received, and I'm very big on the feeling part. And for those who do not say they do not visualize, that you still feel. Anytime you have that feeling with the goosebumps, or that buzz that goes through the body, that is the feeling place that you want to get to. So if you can't feel like you're visualizing something, then feel it. What does it feel like? If I had this today, what does it feel like? If you want that specific partner, instead of trying to visualize what that partner looks like, then It's more like? How do I want to feel when I'm in that relationship? And getting yourself to that feeling space is what is the catalyst to all of this. That comes from our spiritual self, our authentic self, our connection with the universe. So that's pretty much my input on what was said today, because I think you covered all of the bases, and what Jamelia added was key also. So I thank you for bringing this message.
You're welcome. You're welcome, darling. Thanks, Mel. And just so you guys know, when I go out on GRT, this Melody's the singer of the actual track that I go out on, GRT, from her Lighten Up CD, Lighten Up with Melody Bartone. That's the name of the CD. So she's actually the singer. Melody's also a dream builder coach and certified aromatherapist. Woohoo! Yay! All right, Mel.
And I
Mel, wait, Mel. Where can people find you? Just where can they find you?
You can find me at alternativepathfinders.com, and contact me through that. Melody at alternativepathfinders.com is my email. Or if you just want to give me a jingle and talk, then give me a call at 702-460-4080, and we can discuss if we have anything that works with each other, resonates with each other.
There you go. Aromatherapy, herbology, and as I said, Melody is a dream builder coach. She helps you get your dreams together. So on that note, Mel, I'd like to thank you, sweetheart, and thank you for your input. Much appreciated, as always.
Thank you.
All right, sweet. Okay. All right, guys. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. You have been listening to... Liz, was there anything else? I kind of cut you off.
No.
I'd like to thank everybody for listening in today, and you've been listening to an episode of My Life, My Choice. We've been talking about the art of make-believe and the laws of attraction. The art of make-believe and the laws of attraction. In order to believe, you have to feel it, you have to hear it, you have to know it, you've got to feel it, you've got to taste it, you've got to smell it. You have to engage your feelings. Your feelings, your senses are all powerful, and this will open the door for you to begin the belief process. There's a couple of other things that are added to that, but this begins the process. So I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. You can definitely find me at the Laws of Attraction in Action.com, and again on our Facebook page, same name, Laws of Attraction in Action, and join the group. I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborn. I'm a choice expert, and my co-host has been
Olivia Lashley from London in the UK.
And we are going to go out with Melody Bartone from her Lighten Up with Melody Bartone, singing GRT. And again, you can get hold of Melody on 702-460-4080 or at alternativepathfinders.com. Jamila, Melody, everybody else on the line, Shirley, and everybody, I don't know who's on the line. I appreciate you. Love you guys. Love you, sis. Until next time, peace.
Okay, bye, guys. Bye.
As I look around and see this great big world, I get overwhelmed with everything I see. And I wonder, will I make the grade in this life of which I live? Then I feel the Spirit rise in me, for I know